Hello everyone, welcome back to the Budgeting Bully. I'm Ebony and I am conquering my credit card debt via cash stuffing, savings challenges, and bullying myself. And today we are doing my monthly credit card update because this is the main item that I am working on and working towards getting rid of via all these videos. This is the biggest part of it. I mean, I do want to beef up my savings in different areas, but this is my main issue. And I'm excited because I did make a lot of really good progress on one of my cards this month. And actually, I need to pull up my spreadsheet so I can see exactly how much I paid on this card, which of course I don't remember. Okay, so first up is my Amex card. I am making extremely slow progress on this card. But this month I made a payment of $132.99. Each box is worth $47.74. Oh, hold on, I messed that up. $132.99 divided by 47.74. And 2.7. And I don't know, my green marker disappeared, so we're just gonna go with the pink this month. So I guess I'll start on my next letter. And it's 2.7, but again, I am going to round up to 3. And, you know, if it affects it at the end when I'm finally close to paying it off, then I'll just deal with that then. Okay, let me do this one. Okay, so that is it for this card. Switch these out. The second one is my first Visa card, and let me check again. $229. So for this card, I made a payment of $229, and each box is worth $120.24. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but there are 100 boxes on here. So you just take the number of the balance at the beginning of this payoff and divide that by 100. So when I first started this card, it had a $12,000 balance on it. And we are about halfway done. So 1.9, 2 boxes. Yeah, oh, I wish I had my green. But that also means I am coloring off the second word on this one, and that is very exciting because this card did have the biggest balance when I first started my payoff journey and my freeze, because when I decided to start paying these off, it was with the understanding that I would not use the cards anymore unless I had an emergency. Now that is where we come to my third and final card. And if this is your first time here, this is the card that I am working hardest to pay off, because right now I am in the midst of a no interest rate until October of this year, or September. No, I believe it's October. So this card especially, I was not trying to charge anything else on it. However, if you saw some other videos that I made this month, you know that we recently lost one of our dogs, which was my puppy Mason. I call him a puppy. He was almost 12 years old, but I still call him a puppy. But he had several medical issues towards the end of the year. So in December, we had it was his 6-month checkup for his cancer treatment. That was $700. And then he had a $900 visit to the emergency room. He had another $150 trip to the emergency room. We had another, what was it? $135 trip. And then when he actually passed away, that was about $400 that I tried to charge to the card, because now, mind you, all of the charges that I made in December, I paid it off right away because I did have a savings account set aside for him. But then in January was when he had additional medical issues, which ultimately, you know, caused for him to pass away. Those were not expected. So I cleared out my sinking fund for the new deck. I also sold my ticket. I was going to see New Edition in Vegas for their residency. I sold that ticket, and I'm trying to think, was that it? I think that was it. But I basically paid everything that I had to pay in order to get me back to the point where I was when I made the payment in December. So it got me back to the point where I was allowed to color in those boxes. So I'm not crediting myself for any of the payments that I made towards his bills. I'm only crediting myself for everything that I made since then. So having said that, even though I made a lot more payments than what we're about to account for, we're accounting for $11.87 that I made towards that. That the $11.87 is what counts after all of Mason's bills was paid off. And that is divided by $48.47. That's how much each box is worth. So that means that I can color in 24 boxes, y'all. 24 freaking boxes. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I can go all the way to here. And I have to say, Mason was the catalyst for me even starting to cash stuff, because I made the hugest mistake ever of not having pet health insurance. And again, I'm going to get on my soapbox. If you have a dog, a cat, a rabbit, a cockatoo, and you are able to get insurance for their care, please get it, because it cost me a tremendous amount of money. Mason was completely healthy the first 10 and a half years of his life. And then in March of 2023 is when we discovered he had cancer, and he had to go through all that treatment. It was extremely expensive, and I mean extremely. It cost us over $10,000 cash, and it is what it is. I don't regret spending that money. I believe it gave us a whole nother year with my dog, and I am happy to do it for him. I took on full responsibility when I adopted that dog to know that I would do everything in my power to make his life as easy as possible. And it was never a question of whether I was going to put out that money. It was never a question. And I mean, my mother chipped in, Corey chipped in. We did what we had to do for that dog. And I would do it again without any hesitation. The only thing that I would not do is I would absolutely have pet health insurance, because if you have the insurance for their care, 90% of his bills would have been covered. I would not have had to worry about it. But because I was an irresponsible pet owner, I did not have that insurance on him, and I had to pay it fully out of cash. So between credit cards and savings accounts, that's what we did. And we took care of him until his last day. He passed away here at home with us. He got tired. He started having seizures, and the doctors believe that his cancer did return, but they think it returned to his central nervous system, and it wasn't something that we were able to see in the tests that were being done after he was in remission. So there was nothing that we could have done to save him now, but I got an extra year. I got a whole extra year with that dog, and I loved him more than anything in the world, and I will never regret it. But I do regret not having health insurance, because I sure would love to have that money right now, along with my dog. But that's what it is, y'all. That's my soapbox moment. I'm going to shut up now. Maybe y'all like some ASMR of the marker. Wow. Y'all, I am so proud of myself because I love to shop. I love to spend money. And I cannot believe how far I've made it on this card. I need to see how many boxes we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35 boxes left, y'all. And I am done with this card. Hold on. That's Honey, y'all. Okay, we had to get Miss Honey together. All right, so that is it for this card. So let's do our total for the month. So this one was $11.87, $2.29, and $1.32. So I reduced my credit card debt this month by over $1,500, and I am so excited. This card is almost done, and that means that I can take any money that I was putting towards this card and put it towards the next card, which will probably be Amex. But one thing I think I may do is once this card is paid off, I'm going to approach the credit company and see if they will give me a balance transfer so I can transfer the balance from the Amex card to this card with a new no interest rate period. And if they can give me like another 12 or another 18 months, then that means I'll work on paying this card off again. But that's all I have for today. If you are not subscribed, please do so. That way you do not miss any of my videos, and I will put the link to my last video right there, and I'll see you down in the comments. Later.